Hey there, everybody. Let's talk about something that can make or break a marriage: respect. Love might bring you together, but respect is what keeps you together. And if you're in a relationship where respect is missing, you already know that it gets toxic really fast. Respect is the key to a strong foundation. Today, we're breaking down the difference between a complaint and criticism. There is a huge difference. Disrespectful behaviors that should never be tolerated, yes, even the small ones. Common manipulation tactics that destroy relationships, these can be kind of sneaky. And the rules of engagement, the ground rules for healthy conversation. So, this is a lot of content. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about complaint versus criticism. Know the difference. Let's be real. No relationship is perfect. You're going to have issues, but how you bring them up, that's what determines whether you're solving a problem or setting your marriage on fire. Complaint is the healthy approach. Complaints are normal, natural, and healthy in every relationship. A complaint is about a situation or thing, not a judgment about a person. Complaints are framed as problem-seeking solution statements. This ensures a teamwork focus and a forward focus. A great example of this is, hey, I feel frustrated when the dishes pile up. It would mean a lot to me if we could find a system that works better for both of us. Or ask for a specific outcome. I would really appreciate it if you could do the dishes at least once a week. Is that something that you can commit to? Specific request with an option for a yes or no answer. Criticism. This is the destructive approach. And this is coming up again and again and again this week in my conversations with my couples. Here is an example of criticism. You never help with anything. You're so lazy and selfish. Or what is wrong with you? Do you see the difference? The first one expresses a need, while the second one attacks the person. One invites a conversation, the other starts a war. And if you're constantly criticizing instead of communicating, resentment starts stacking up like dirty laundry. Disrespectful behaviors that are never okay. Now let's talk about the sneaky little behaviors that chip away at your marriage like termites in wood. They might seem small, but over time they destroy trust and connection. If any of these show up in your relationship, it's time to hit pause and reset. Eye rolling. This screams, I don't respect you. It's dismissive, and trust me, your partner notices. Hanging up on your partner. Walking away from a conversation is one thing. Slamming the phone down mid-sentence, that's emotional warfare. Name calling. Idiot, loser, selfish, jerk. Once you cross that line, it's hard to undo. Words stick. And whoever said sticks and stones, they didn't know what they were talking about. Mocking or mimicking. Imitating your partner's words in a sarcastic way. This is not communication, it's belittling. And giving your partner the silent treatment. Silence isn't always golden. If it's being used to punish, it's manipulation. If these behaviors are happening in your marriage, don't ignore them. Call them out and commit to change. Respect is non-negotiable. These behaviors are never justified and are not okay. Let's talk about manipulation tactics that destroy relationship. Let's shine a light on some of the most toxic tactics that show up. Manipulation. Sometimes they're subtle, sometimes they're obvious, but either way, they are not okay. Blame shifting. Instead of taking responsibility, the person flips it back on you. I only yelled at you because you made me mad. No, you yelled because you chose to. Deflecting. Instead of addressing the issue, they change the subject or turn it into a joke. Why are you so sensitive? You're always overreacting. This is not answering the concern, it's avoiding it. Playing the victim. They make every argument about how they are the ones suffering. Oh, great, now I'm the bad guy. I guess I can't do anything right. This is guilt tripping, not problem solving, and diverts the conversation, leaving you trying to appease them, Now they don't have to change or take accountability for their actions. This is one of the worst ones that we see regularly. Gaslighting. They make you question the reality of your own feelings. This can be as blatant as that never happened, you're remembering it wrong. If they keep denying things that did happen, this is a huge red flag. Stonewalling. Completely shutting down to avoid responsibility. Silent treatment, ignoring, walking away mid-conversation with no explanation. It's okay to need space, but tell your partner that you need to take a beat and let them know when you'll resume the conversation. If any of these manipulation tactics are happening in your relationship, it's time for a serious conversation. Healthy communication means taking responsibility, not playing games. Here are the rules of engagement. These are the rise up, how to argue with respect system. So when disagreements happen, and they will, here are the 5 golden rules for keeping it healthy and productive. The first one, no blame, shame, or guilt tripping. Instead of "you forgot to pay the bill again," try something like, "I noticed the bill wasn't paid. Can we figure out a way to keep up with it together?" Focus on the solution. Rule number 2, listen to hear, not just to respond. Instead of loading up your next argument while they're talking, try actually listening and asking questions. Get curious instead of defensive. Now, this is a gray area because asking questions out of curiosity is very different than asking to force them to justify or forcing them to convince you that what they have to say has any validity. Rule number 3, no name calling or criticizing ever. Instead of "you're so selfish," try something like, "I feel hurt when I don't feel considered in decisions. Can we talk about this?" Rule number 4, focus on solutions, not just what's wrong. Instead of "you always forget important things," try, "how can we make sure that we're both remembering important dates and tasks better?" Talk about what you can do moving forward, not just what's broken. And rule number 5, use curiosity and empathy as secret weapons. Instead of making assumptions, "you don't care about my feelings," try, "hey, I noticed you seemed distracted earlier. Is there anything I can do to support you? Would you like to talk and I'll listen? Would you like me to give you a hug, or maybe it would be helpful if we brainstorm solutions together?" When you approach your partner with curiosity instead of accusations, you invite connection, not conflict. Your way isn't the only way or even the right way. There are often many different ways to do things. It's important to recognize many of the conversations we have with our partners don't need solutions. Rather, there's a need that hasn't been met. Your partner wants to be seen, heard, or accepted. You don't have to agree with what they're saying to validate their feelings or ideas. It's completely normal to disagree on some things, and just because you disagree doesn't make either of you necessarily wrong. For some of you, you can continue to fight to be right, or you can be happy. The pursuit of winning the conversation is tearing your relationships apart at the seams. Remember, you are a team taking on the world together, not competing against each other. At the end of the day, respect isn't just about being polite. It's about valuing your partner as an equal. It's about showing up with kindness even when you're frustrated. And it's about having their back even when you disagree. So if something in today's video hits home for you, take action. Small changes lead to big transformations. And remember, love without respect isn't really love at all. If this video helped, hit like and share with someone who needs it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going.